What is going on to you Libras out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So let's get into it. So for you Libras, you have the Hermit, the Four of Cups, and you have the Death card. For you Libras. When I actually sit back and I really pay attention to it, a lot of you Libras are very much so. The Hermit is about a person who understands that they're different from the world and that they're not necessarily so caught up with what other people in the world wants them to do. So this is the situation that a lot of you Libras are in. Y'all are kind of stepping in between two worlds, basically, where it's like you Libras, that last relationship, and over the course of time, especially for y'all who've been here on my channel for a long time, maybe even for you Libras who are now starting to step in, y'all are realizing that through those experiences and learning more about yourself, a lot of you Libras are realizing that you are changing, you are growing, you're becoming someone brand new, right? Keeping a hold of certain things, but you're also becoming someone brand new. And the Hermit is about how a lot of you Libras are just, because you're so new, to the point where you're not as shallow as you Libras once were. A lot of you Libras would probably date somebody based upon their looks, but that's not what it is that you Libras are doing anymore. You Libras are really understanding and learning how to date. That as much as you Libras like beauty and everything like that, you do not like when a person is outwardly beautiful, but inwardly they're trifling, they're disgusting, they're petty, they're dishonorable, they're dysfunctional. You don't like that. And so because of that, now it's kind of like a twofold system for you Libras, where it's like you kind of being pulled by two different worlds. And it's like, well, what do you really want? Is it that you want to be in a world where you're dating very beautiful people, but they could be ugly internally, right? Characteristics wise, character wise? Or is it that you want to be more spiritual? And this is really a situation where you Libras are going to have to make a real strong decision for yourselves. I could tell you, but I'm not going to, because I want you Libras to actually make the decision for yourself. I don't want to control your fate. So why that's an important thing in the first place, why I had to talk about that, is because, like I said before, the Four of Cups, shallow relationships are not even really going to do it for you. You Libras may go out and get to know somebody around now, probably have, but the stuff that they bring to the table, or the stuff that they talk about and lack thereof, is terrible. And the reason why, as I said, it's terrible is because a lot of you Libras realize that they don't have anything to talk to you about. This person is just this person that you try to get to know recently. I'm talking about literally within a couple of days. They have become an individual where they are much shallow. They are much more shallow. If y'all are in a relationship, then they have become shallow, where the two of you are starting to actually grow apart. Now, the unalive card, right, the Death card, is about how the two of you are, like I said before, you're growing apart. If you're in a relationship, as Libras, y'all are growing apart, and your relationship is legitimately coming to an end, because who you Libras are versus who they are and who they're becoming is not one and the same anymore. Y'all two value systems are changing. For you Libras who are single, right, but looking, a lot of you Libras are becoming a lot more upset with the fact that you are going out on these dates, and these are individuals that could be very much so attractive physically, right? Very attractive. But at the same time, they can also be just not really worth it because they don't have anything going on. They don't have anything to talk about. So a lot of you Libras, you're kind of being able to see where this thing will go. And I just see a lot of you Libras are looking at it like, if you were to get with this person, it would very much so be a relationship where you would have to lie to yourself in order to actually exist in this relation. Like, you would have to legitimately break yourself. You would have to, like how I talk about how some people are broken, you would have to be broken. You would have to, if you're saying that you're going to date someone that is shallow like this, you would have to be broken. You would have to literally break yourself, compromise yourself, because it's like, you know, this person is shallow as all can be. And the shallowness of it all is legitimately is what is literally turning you off for you Libras who are single. And that a lot of you Libras are starting to legitimately have a problem with the shallowness of it all. The fact that you feel like, and it's true, you feel like you're alone with them. You know, so it's like, if you feel like you're alone with them, what's the point of actually being with them when you Libras can just literally be by yourselves? Doesn't make any sense, right? That's just another mouth to feed at that point. So the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups represents a lot of you Libras have told, you know, maybe this person tried to contact you, for you Libras who are single. Well, let me talk to the Libras who are in a relationship. You told this person that, for you Libras who are in a relationship, you told this person that you essentially wanted to break up, wanted a divorce. They thought of you as being, they thought of you as playing. But then when you Libras stood 10 toes down on it, they're asking you to give them some time to actually think about this, because it just now actually dawned on them that you Libras are really being for real. And for you Libras who are single, they may have contacted you, or you Libras may have contacted this person that represents this Four of Cups, the person where the hangout session was terrible, and you Libras let them know, like, hey, you don't want to have anything to do with them. You don't really want to continue to get to know them. And because a lot of you Libras are, like I said, you're just being true to yourselves. Like, you don't see any kind of real long-term potential with an individual who is this dysfunctional in the first place. So now the Five of Cups represents, for you Libras where it's y'all are in a relationship, this person just needs some prayer or time to actually think this over, or some sort of self-reflection. And for you Libras who are single, you're hoping for better quality people. You're meditating or praying for better quality people that you can meet to legitimately be in a long-term, functional, fruitful relationship with. The Queen of, it's not going to be perfect, but you Libras are okay with that. And then you have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, which is about how a lot of you Libras ultimately are going to continue to put your best foot forward, and you're going to see what happens. You're gonna put your best foot forward by bringing in value immediately, and you're gonna see where it goes. The Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles represents how, or you know what I'm saying, or I should say, and the people who are not really built to be in a relationship with you, they're going to be the type of people who are going to really squander their opportunity to be with you in the first place by essentially not really being on the same page and having similar value systems to you. For you Libras who are in a relationship, these 4 cards, I wanted to just read it out. This is about how you Libras are going to, for you Libras who are in a relationship, you're just now going to begin to get out of it because you Libras are letting this person know, like I said, that you either want a divorce or, like I said, it could even be like a situation where you're letting them know that you don't want to be in a relationship with them and they're giving you what you want for you to actually, you move on with your life, they move on with theirs. So I just gave y'all 2 readings in one. So let's clarify the 7 of Cups. And Libra is the 7th zodiac sign, if we're going clockwise. So you have the 6 of Swords, Page of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Devil, and then you have the 5 of Swords to clarify the 7 of Cups. So the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Swords and the Page of Swords right here is about how a lot of you Libras realize, you single Libras realize, no, both of you Libras, whether you're in a relationship or not, a lot of you Libras realize that you've been very much so unhappy for a while. And part of the reason why it is that you're unhappy is not because of yourself. It's because of relationships don't satisfy you anymore because they're boring. It's all about someone being so delusional and trifling to the point where they lose touch with the other person that's supposed to be in a relationship with them, you. And so you Libras end up being the one giving and giving and giving, but you don't get a return on it. And I see that a lot of you Libras are very much so saddened by this because one thing that you Libras realize is you're not going to do that again. A lot of you Libras have been having a dark night of the soul where you're getting in touch with, like I said, that darkness, as well as obviously your light. And you're realizing that you're willing to do this, but you want a return on that. Like you don't want to be in a relationship where the person makes you feel like you're lonely and that you don't matter. So then the Hanged Man and the Devil represents, it took a while to really understand that. But now that you Libras understand that, it's going to be that much more harder for people to deny you because the 5 of Swords, if they act like they don't want to give it, if they act like they don't want to give it to you, they don't want to give you what you Libras want, then you just won't be wasting time. You'll just move on to somebody else. And it will greatly reduce the time that you spend wasting it on someone who is not really compatible for you anyway.